Welcome to Mastering Machines, where we discover tomorrow's reality.
You know what they say, reality is just a collective hallucination we all agree on. But what happens when we stop agreeing? What happens when Google hands you the keys to build your own reality and you don't even need the headset? Welcome to Project Genie, where the only thing more broken than the physics is our ability to tell what's real anymore. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, birds are singing, coffee's brewing, somewhere your uncle's forwarding you another email about AI taking over, and you know what? This time he might actually be onto something. Because while you were sleeping, Google just made it possible for anyone with a credit card and too much imagination to generate entire interactive worlds out of thin air. Not screenshots, not videos, but interactive worlds that you can walk through, fly through, and even explore. That is with a caveat, for 60 seconds at least. Hey, Rome wasn't built in a day, and apparently your AI fever dream can't last longer than the average TikTok video. Okay, so here's what's actually happening kind of under the hood, and it's honestly pretty incredible. Project Genie runs on something called a world model. And think of it like this. Most AI art generators, like Polaroids, you get one picture, it's frozen, and then it's done. But this is more like those dreams where you're walking through your childhood home, but the hallway keeps extending and suddenly you're in something crazy like a castle, and somehow it all makes perfect sense even though it absolutely doesn't. As you move through a Genie world, the AI generates what's ahead in real time. Turn left and then the street appears. Look up and then you have a sky that renders. It's predicting reality, or at least a reality as you experience. Now, Google DeepMind, the same folks who taught AI to beat humans at chess, Go, and even StarCraft, they've been building up this particular project for years. But here's the thing about those games. They had rules, boundaries, a beginning and an end. The real world is chaotic. It's chaos. It's messy and weird, and your cat just knocked over your coffee, and now the physics of your morning are completely screwed. Google's trying to build AGI, which stands for Artificial General Intelligence, that can handle that chaos. And Project Genie, it's basically their weird experimental sandbox for figuring all of this out. But let's go into further about how Project Genie works. Step 1. You describe your world. You type some words, upload an image, such as make me a neon-soaked cyberpunk alley, or show me what Mars looks like with oceans, or even something like your grandmother's kitchen, but make it sinister or horror-filled. Step 2, you fine-tune it using something called Nano Banana Pro, which is the popular Google, image model. Yes, that's the real name. Remember that. Then you pick your perspective, whether it's first person, third person, bird eyes view. You decide how you're moving through that particular world, whether we're walking, flying, riding a dragon, which I've seen from some videos, driving a car made of bees. Sure, why not? Then step 3, you jump in and explore for just those 60 seconds. Just like Cinderella, but instead of losing a slipper, your entire universe just stops rendering. I'm assuming it's only rendering for 60 seconds because of the large compute cost to build all of these custom worlds and having them rendered. A really unique feature as well with Project Genie is that if you find someone else's world, you can remix it, steal it, or make it weirder or customize it to your own. It's like a really cool collaborative art project. Now, let's be real for a second. I do want to set expectations that this isn't the Matrix. The worlds don't look super photorealistic, and the physics could be a little bit wonky and kind of vibe coded based. Even sometimes your character just does whatever it wants. So you're basically playing a game where the game is also making up itself as it goes along. So with that in mind, you could see that there are some complexity issues and some logic issues that might come along the way. Google calls this experimental, and right now I call it controlled chaos with a really good PR team. But here's what gets me. Throughout history, every time we invented a new way to tell stories, whether that be language, writing, film, video games, we changed who got to tell those stories. For example, the printing press meant you didn't need to be a monk to share ideas. Cameras meant you didn't need to paint to capture a moment. Computers meant you didn't need a studio to make a game. And now Google's saying you don't even need to know how to code or model or animate. You just need an idea and $17 a month for the Google AI Ultra subscription, which allows you access to this. So one of the things I've been thinking about when it comes to Project Genie is like, what happens when the reality becomes a choose your own adventure? Some people think this will be creative liberation or the democratization of world building. And finally, anyone can be a kind of world builder of their own little universe. I definitely think in the future we're going to see generated games, so it'll just allow you to generate games based off of whatever prompts that you build in, and then it'll build as you go along in the world. And granted, this is not going to be for another 5 to 10 years, but you can best believe that this is coming. And others are wondering what happens when we can't tell the difference anymore, when we're all living in our own custom realities, perfectly tailored to exactly what you want to see. When nothing is real and everything is permitted, what do we lose as a society? For example, even with my nephew, he's younger, he's like 6 or 7, he builds worlds in Minecraft forever, for hours. To him, this is just the next thing, the next canvas. To me, I'm still trying to figure out if this is a tool or a mirror or a warning. And maybe it's all three. For now, Project Genie is only available to Google AI Ultra subscribers in the United States. And it's kind of in a beta test mode. Google says that they're building responsibly and they've got safeguards, limitations, and good intentions when building this tool out. But ready or not, here we are, standing at the edge of something new, maybe something beautiful, or maybe something that could be quite terrifying and Inception-like. The ability to create worlds from nothing, to walk through all of these impossible spaces, and to actually remix reality itself. Just imagine using VR with Project Genie. And it becomes more and more evident that the future isn't a far off dream, and it's here, it's weird, and it's waiting for us to build it up. And I have no idea what the general public is going to do with it. Remember, this has been Master Machines, where we discover tomorrow's reality.